What is ooh, hold on. All right, much better. What is happening, motivators? It is your boy Motivator Carter. I'm coming at you guys with another video. So today's video is gonna be a little bit more different. It's actually gonna be see, in light of this recent George Floyd killing and the riots and people, finally confessing things that they have never confessed before, and me personally feeling some kind of way about it, I decided, what, I'm gonna tell you my feelings about it and talk about the racism I've had to deal with in school, elementary, middle, and high school, and even in the military, which is sad enough for me because you shouldn't deal with the military. Um, just a quick heads up. My parents are watching movies, so if you hear that in the background, excuse me, I can't do nothing about that because they want to watch the movie. So I'm gonna get right to this video because I ain't trying to make this a too long video because I do have to get up early tomorrow. So starters, the first racism I dealt with, which I didn't know at the time because I was fifth grade, like I was like I'm gonna say 11 years old when I dealt with it when I heard it. I walked to my art class, and I did walk to my art class after being late for class because my teacher wanted to talk to me about something because I've been dealing with some kid lately, so she wanted to talk to me, ask me what I want to do about it. So I walked into the art class. She like this kid. He literally stood up. Yeah, I remember his name too. I remember his name. I remember what he looks like, and I remember what it results too. He stood up and he was like, "Hey, look at that black kid right there. That N word with ER is coming." And a lot of people in class were laughing about it. Uh, and even my art teacher, she kind of chuckled about it. And as sad as it sounds, I chuckled myself because I didn't know what it was at the time. Because like I said, I was 11 years old. I was fifth grade. I didn't know no better. And I was actually glad at the time I didn't know because I think it would hurt me a lot worse then than it ever does now. Because I do get called that sometimes when I go out in public, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. So that was my first ever encounter with racism. I never knew what it meant. I just laughed it off and I just got it to work in the classroom and I never thought about it again. So the next racism event happened with middle school was, believe it or not, was eighth grade. So far it's kind of a pattern, which is like fifth grade last year of elementary and eighth grade last year of middle school, which is kind of crazy, but hey, it happens. Like what happened was I was on a bus full of kids who were from this neighborhood that doesn't really have any black person there. Like I'm not trying to sound like I'm racist when I say it, but unfortunately they was in. But this is the neighborhood they was in. They was in a neighborhood that was full of white people. So it was kind of like it's kind of like if you was to be black and you walk in there, you probably get stared at, you probably get stared at. They probably might say something rude to you because it's like I said, it's an all white neighborhood, so they're not used to seeing no one black there. But when I was on the bus, they used to call me like they used to stereotype me the hell out of me. They would say things like, "Hey, there's no fruit punch, no fruit punch in the cafeteria. There's no fried chicken. There's no watermelon in the cafeteria. They serve all kinds of food." And one dude was like, "There's no endo, no outdo," and he was like, "I," like he was trying, like that's how he said. He was like, "I," and I'm like, and I just ignored it because I knew what he was trying to do. And then one of them like took a bag of cotton one day, like cotton balls, and threw it on my head. And it was like, all right, go pick. He said, pick them all up, because you know what? That's what your people are good for anyway, right? And this one girl called me a porch monkey and a coon, and then she asked me, how long did your mom and dad shove you in the oven for? Because that's probably why you're dark as you are now. Because at the time I was really tan. So she asked, how long was your mom shoving you in the oven for? And another dude was like, he was like, so how's your mom? Do you have a mom? And he's like, do you have a father too? Because I know he said you black people don't usually have fathers, unlike us. So do you have one? And then like I just ignored it because at this point I just didn't know what to do. And eventually it got solved for like a few days because the principal found out about it because I think somebody on the bus decided that okay, enough was enough. I gotta tell about this because this is like, unfortunately, this is too much. I can't let this guy keep dealing with it. But even then, it didn't. Like I said, it was only solved for a few days, and then they went right back to it. It was like, yeah, one of them said, thanks to this N word with ER, now we can't talk no more because he went snitch. Although I never snitched, I just simply just confirmed that everything what he said, confirmed everything that what was told him, because there's no point in lying. The bus driver herself said, yes, I've heard this before. I've even told them to stop. I've even wrote some of them up, but I don't know why it's taking this long to happen. Why it took so long for anyone to, you know, put up with it. So she confirmed it too. So I guess it was just me. I was the final word. Next event was, well, high school. I didn't really deal with it because there was more black kids in the high school than there were white kids, so I didn't really have to deal with it to an extent. But I know certain times I dealt with it was only in places where nobody was really paying attention. I will say the worst thing that someone said to me in high school was, they was like, if I he was like, if I had a choice, I would put all you N words back back on the ship back to Africa where you belong, or I'll put you working in cotton fields because that's where you belong anyway. Because y'all stronger than us, and that's what he said. And that was the worst thing I've heard. And that was only ninth grade year. And then I don't know what happened to him, but I do know that I think he was like suspended or some kid beat him up or something. I don't know. I know that whatever happened to him wasn't any good. I only reason I know that he's okay now because he tried to add me on Facebook the other day, and that's why it got me start thinking about it. And I just deleted his request because I don't befriend that stuff. Like, you tried to hurt my feelings by being racial. Now you're trying. Now you want to talk about. Now you want to talk about. Now you want to speak friendship. And it ain't happen like that. You don't just weasel your way to my good graces after you just show me what kind of person you are. And now we move on to the military. I hate to admit this, but even in the Marines, I have to deal with racism. Sometimes I had to deal with racism in my training. At drill, I don't deal with it because we're all pretty tight knit, so we don't really have. So I don't hear no racism in my unit because second you say something that's out of the ordinary, you're screwed. For me, military like boot camp, the most racist thing I ever this dude said was, he said, "Dude, you're supposed to be a good jumper. Aren't you black? Aren't you supposed to be a good jumper?" I said, what the hell is that supposed to mean? So I'm black. I'm supposed to be good at jumping. He said, yeah. And no, and like, don't get me wrong, I can jump pretty good, but this he was talking about I need to touch the ceiling in order to get his something that was on top of the ceiling because some kid decided to throw something of his on top of the ceiling, and I was like, okay, that's not funny, dude. And then and then like when it was in formation, he was like, yeah, okay, and we're with ER, and I know I heard it, so I was like, what'd you say? Say it again. And then he's like, I said, I didn't call you. I didn't call you. What you think I called you? I just simply said, no, I don't need your help. And I was like, no, I'm not tripping. I know what I heard. And like, I had a couple of fellow recruits said that they heard him say that too. So after we told the senior drill sergeant what happened, he got kicked out of boot camp. I kicked out of boot camp. Got kicked out of our platoon. Got like, I think he got sent to another platoon. I'm not sure what happened to him. I just know that I didn't see him again after that. And MCT, my staff sergeant made a dumb racial joke because like he has me. He said you said your canteen's pretty full, Carter. He said as full as that, you can help the kids of Africa instead of helping yourself because you got plenty of water here. And I just shook my head in frustration because I'm like, that was not a good example of, okay, I'm not thirsty. I don't need to drink right now. I just had a sip of my canteen. I refilled it up and I put it back in on me. And then he's like asking, like, he said, let me ask you a question. He said, do all you black people have big lips and big noses, or is that just like a stereotype? I'm like, I just look at him incredulously, and I didn't even bother to answer that question because I know what he was trying to do because I know the stereotype. Oh, black people got big noses and big lips. Now, I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but that's another thing he said. And then we had a kid in our platoon. I'm not gonna mention his name, who was from Nigeria, and he has this kid. Um, he said, so you walking through the desert all the time. like all Africans do. He said that's what he said. He said, "Do you walk through desert all the time like Africans do? Is that why you're so strong?" And then he said, "No wonder you don't eat a lot because you're from a village, right? You village people don't eat a lot." And I just shook my head in disgust, and I just like, and I don't know if someone reported him or not. All I know is that every time I heard him say something on the line of racism, I just walked away because like I knew that if I heard him keep saying that, I would feel the need to swing on him. In West school, in Murray school, like the only racist thing I ever dealt with was this dude. Like I asked him for help because I needed help like carrying this heavy box around. He's like, "I'm not helping your black anywhere with ER ass out." That's what he told me. I said, I dropped the box and I said, "What'd you tell me?" And he tried to switch his words on me, saying, "I'm not going." He said, "I'm not going to help your whack ass out." I'm like, "No, I heard what you said." I said, "Say it again in my face, because you want to try to be tough when you're walking away from me, but you don't want to be tough when I'm confronting you." And it got to the point where my gunnery sergeant and the CO had to like step in and like ask what was going on, and I told him what he said, and it come to find out this wasn't the first time someone reported him for being racist. This is the first time that it's gotten to the point where he almost got into a fight with it. And when they found out about it, I just know that the day we were supposed to graduate, he was, instead of graduating, he was sent back to the whole platoon. And I know he was, as far as I know, by the time I graduated and by the time I got promoted to Lance Corporal, he was still there and he's still in whole platoon, like for following like almost to like the end of 2018 because of this one event. Because Marines take that very seriously, especially when you say things like that. And now that I think about it, in my unit, I'm not going to say that we have racist people in the unit, but they do say racist things like black Marines sometimes say the N word with ER, and I don't feel like punching them, but at the same time, like, seriously, dude, why would you say that? Like, don't you understand that what that means? That's not something we should be saying, calling each other, or we shouldn't be saying at all. We should be trying to say, hey, you know what? This is not what we need to be saying. We need to, do something better than that. And like, I got some black Marines who walk up to me talking about I'm an Uncle Tom, or say things like I don't act black and all that stuff because I listen to Ariana Grande, or I listen to Selena Gomez, or I listen to all kinds of music, and I be called. They say I'm at black, or I'm an Uncle Tom, or UT as they call me, and then that's just some of the racist things I had to deal with in the military. And I don't mean to make it too long, but I just want to make sure that I point out some things. So, getting to the part where I'm talking about. Sorry, I thought my dad was telling me good night. So, getting to the part where I'm talking about this whole event right here, it just it hurts me to my it shakes me to my core that this kind of thing happened. Like you're taught how there's no classes on rioting or protesting, but there's classes on how to subdue somebody without having to, kill them. I watch a lot of Virginia Beach Police Department videos. Like they teach you how to like do defensive tactics. Nowhere in those videos I watch show that you dig your knee in someone's neck. That's how I feel, and I feel like there should be more than just that guy getting fired. He should get arrested. He should be in jail. Because I feel like if I did that, if I killed a cop, I'll probably be in jail right now, and there'll be no ifs ands or buts about that. Like there's been no justice for Trayvon. There's no justice for Michael Brown. No justice for Oscar Grant the third, and now there's no justice. There's barely any justice for this man right here, George Floyd. And I feel like there's justice needs to be served like immediately. There's no ifs ands or buts. Like this rioting and protesting that's happening. I don't feel bad for anyone who's in the path of it, because it doesn't even happen, because Malcolm X said that sometimes in order for you to get through the enemy, you got to speak the language they understand. And in this case, they understand violence. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with these protests. Like it's justified. Something has to be done. Somebody's voice got to be heard, and which is why I'm speaking up about it. I'm speaking, saying that somebody needs to talk about it. Somebody needs to talk. Somebody needs to speak up and tell them that you need to knock this shit off. There was this famous Arthur in 1900s. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but until we can learn from our past. If somebody until we can like learn from our past, we're condemned to live in it again. And it's it's proven true. Like all these civil rights movements and stuff supposed to make it better for black people and anyone in the world, anyone in America to like be equal. It clearly proves that we have nothing has been learned from the past, and we're still living in the past, and we're still doing the same old thing. Like we're still dealing with racism. And you would think at a time like this, the coronavirus happening, uh, so many people dying that we come together so that we will come together. Like I'm sorry, I'm so discombobulated right now because like all this right here just is shaking me to my core and it's making me like it's making me mentally not even mentally I'm not up there right now because like it hurts me to my core. My heart's broken right now. My head's all messed discombobulated because why the coronavirus when 100,000 plus Americans are dying, this one thing has to happen, and now suddenly you think that the coronavirus would like would come together, but conclusion, nothing bad, nothing in this world can ever stamp out racism. That's just a cold hard truth that I have to accept because I thought that by now people would come together and say, you know what, let's knock this shit off. Let's knock off this racism. Let's knock off how we feel about each other. Let's come together so we can survive this and we can get back to living normal lives. But nothing's gonna stamp out racism, unfortunately. And that's just I'm sure nobody. I'm sure plenty of people don't share my opinion on it, and I don't have any problem with you if you don't share my opinion. But this is my opinion. I'm pretty sure somebody here feels the same way. But at the same time, I know that there's some people who's not gonna like it. Some people are going to try to like tell me, okay, I'm neutral or all lives matter and all that stuff. But in this case, I feel like Black Lives Matter the most on this one because unfortunately, this is a black man that was killed by a Minneapolis cop who dug his knee into the man's neck. And I want to also get onto about um, I apologize. It's just too emotional even for me right now. Um, I would like to, I like to I'm just gonna end the video right here because I know the more I talk, the more likely I'm gonna cry on camera. I don't want to do that, but I do hope that somebody here was paying attention. I hope my voice was enough to get people to think a little more. But yeah. But if y'all want to talk about it, my Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat will be in the description down below. If y'all got any comments y'all want to add, please feel free. Like all comments are needed. All comments are welcome. Like I don't care if it's bad or good. I don't care if you are with me or not. I just want to get this off my chest. This has been your boy Motivator Carter. I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, Carter's my name, motivation's my game, and I'm sorry that I'm sorry that I can't smile right now. It's just this is just too much for me, and I love all of you. Everyone, be safe. Be safe. If you're protesting, be safe. Please just don't hurt them. Get out of the way. Please just get out of the way, everyone, and be safe. And if you got curfews, please go home because I don't want y'all to become a statistics of dying. And I God bless everyone. God bless you people God bless you if you're watching. Anyone who's watching, God bless you. God bless everyone who's protesting. God bless George. Pray for George Floyd's family. I'm gonna pray for every one of you, and I'm gonna see y'all next video. I love you guys.